This is why we can't have good things.
The fact that people won't shut up about this video?
No. I want to do this video.
Okay.
No, why we can't have nice things is Cartoon Network, instead of going with the more viable option and actually putting a cartoon out there that actually asks questions and actually comes forward with a pretty damn good story, characters, and has some pretty striking plot lines to it, especially when you consider, people dealing with paranoia, people dealing with who they are as an individual.
Instead, take those characters and voice actors and waste them on this bullshit.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing. That does not mean Teen Titans Go is completely irredeemable. There are some things I've seen that have gotten a chuckle out of me. But by comparison to the original series, I still find myself going back to it and just being like, wow, how did they let this go? Because it ended on a cliffhanger, effectively.
Yeah.
It ended with Beast Boy finding Tara, and Tara not having any memory of who she was, except for like little flashes in her head, and we never got closure.
Yeah.
Probably never will.
Well, we might.
Here's the hoping.
I mean,
something about if you stay after the credits for.
I've seen what they show after the credits, and it's it's the actual like old animation style, and they're like, "We're back," and I'm like, "Okay."
And somebody said that was essentially confirmed as like they are doing a new season.
Yeah.
Finally.
Thank God.
Yeah.
At least okay.
My buddy actually he likes both. He likes the old series and he likes Teen Titans Go. And so I've seen a lot of Teen Titans Go. And at first I was just like, yeah, this is a real dumb thing. And honestly, the more I watched it, the more it grew on me. And I was like, this is pretty fucking hilarious, actually.
Like a goddamn fungus.
I don't hate it nearly.
You gotta burn it off of it.
Well,
I don't hate it at all, honestly. Like I think that everybody's just on the hate train because they're all butthurt that the original series ended like it did.
Well, no. Well, here's the thing. I gave it a chance. I watched. I'd say 6 to 8 episodes of it, and like I said, I found myself chuckling at some of the stuff, but I don't know. Maybe I didn't watch enough. I don't know. It's just how things are, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of hit or miss. Like, there's some of them that are like really funny, and there's some of them that are like, that one was kind of.
It's just like the Looney Tunes show that was on a couple years ago. There were some plot lines in that were absolutely hilarious, and some of the execution was pretty damn good too.
I've seen a lot of the comments, and some people take it seriously, and they're kind of mad that like Cartoon Network and the creators of the show have actually poked fun at exactly how much everybody's hated on the show, and they've done it several times. They've been like,
well,
basically like, oh, keep hating, pretty much, So
well, it's their prerogative if they want. So,
I mean, I've seen that sort of thing done really well. Case in point, Fuller House. Yeah, the first episode of Fuller House, where they're talking about how Mary-Kate and Ashley just won't even bother to come back. And then they just look dead ass into the camera for a little bit and then just go on. Like the entire cast stops, looks dead ass into the camera, then they continue. It's fantastic.
Well, Hollywood chewed up the Olsen twins and spit them out, and they are quite possibly one of the saddest stories in terms of having all the fame in the world and then losing it. And now their sister.
Yeah, it's the third Olsen that nobody knew about that
that's the
there.
most famous now.
Yeah, and it's like, hey!
She's got everything.
Yeah.
She's very talented.
Yes. Also a very lucrative Marvel contract.
Oh,
very lucrative.
Very. So, yeah. Effectively, what we're going to watch now is we're going to watch Nostalgia Critics Old versus New, Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go, and we're going to see where Doug falls on the fence. I mean, is he going to?
I mean, I feel like we already pretty well know where he's going to fall on the fence.
I don't know.
I actually
man.
do know, because he mentioned it in another video of his that I watched.
Oh.
Does it go about how we think?
No, don't. I don't want
All
spoils.
right, fine.
I don't want spoils. I want to hear Doug's brutal, honest opinion on this.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the video on screen.
Beep boop.
And let's give it a watch. Hey, wait, where am I going? Hey,
No, wait, no, why am I turning?
God, I went to art school for this.
Same.
Alan Tudyk voice. I went to Juilliard.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to. And welcome to another installment of Old vs. New.
Such a dumb intro. So dumb.
I like it better than the older one.
Certain elements like best character, best villain, and so forth. This episode is going to be more of a general comparison because this one is, well, Teen Titans. Based on the constantly canceled, uncanceled comic book series,
Yeah.
Teen Titans found some of its biggest popularity in 2003 on Cartoon Network. It starred Batman's stoic sidekick Robin leading a team of super teens to fight evil on a weekly basis. These teens included a moody empath from a parallel universe named Raven, a half-human, half-robot football player named Cyborg, a curious energy-zapping alien named Starfire, and a literal party animal who can change into any creature he wants, Beast Boy. They reside in their headquarters, a phenomenally unsubtle T outside of Metropolis, and protect the city from all sorts of villains like the Brotherhood of Evil, Mumbo, and their biggest threat, Slade. The best way I can describe the show is it's kind of like a mix between Avatar: The Last Airbender and Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
So as you'd imagine, it had a pretty die-hard following.
Yeah.
It had a lot of action and a lot of superpowers, but it also took time to flesh out their characters and focus on the dramatic weight each person is carrying. That's not to say it couldn't be phenomenally goofy, though, too. Unlike other DC animations, Teen Titans had a heavy anime influence when it came to their comedy, often distorting their line work in
Evildoers
extremes,
beware.
changing sizes
We
and
have
screaming while
waffles.
colored lines flew behind them, and just being very anime.
Yeah.
It was an acquired taste to say the least, as this comedy was used a lot, but its fan base got into the way it smoothly transitioned from over-the-top comedy to well-written drama, lasting an impressive 5 seasons on Cartoon Network and wrapping up with a TV movie finale. 10 years after the premiere of the original show, Cartoon Network announced that Teen Titans were coming back in an all-new series called Teen Titans Go. Fans were ecstatic!
And
And
That
then
is a lie!
yeah.
Well, at least among the original fans. New fans, primarily young kids, were absolutely thrilled. Teen Titans Go starred the exact same characters and the exact same plot, but its tone and style were 100% different. This was silly, immature, childish, and relished every second of it. Where the original show sprinkled its zany comedy among the intense drama, this was nothing but the zany comedy, feeling closer to SpongeBob rather than the original Teen Titans. Where the original might deal with Starfire's feelings of isolation or Raven's relationship with her demonic father, this one focused on waffles. Yeah, that was a bit. They constantly broke the fourth wall, combined industry jokes with fart jokes, and kids seemed to laugh their heads off at it. So much so that they even got a cinematic release, and it got surprisingly good reviews, with many critics saying it was not only funny, but they may actually go and watch the show based on how much they enjoyed it. So it seems even adults can get into the wacky, childish humor, but the hatred this show received from the fans of the original is, I don't know if I want to use the words impressive or scary, so I'll just say impressively scary.
Yeah, that's fair.
So many say this is a betrayal of what the original show was, and constantly draw attention to how insultingly inferior it is to the original. Fear not, DC's totally fixing this problem.
Oh, God. Oh, fist me with a tank barrel.
What the characters are like, and what both shows' strengths and weaknesses are. To be honest, I feel like I'm the right type of person to compare and contrast these two because I don't really love either of them. Even though I know there's a lot to them. Teen Titans is beautifully animated, written, and acted. It's just not a show that ever grabbed me like Batman or Avatar. Teen Titans Go is very energized, fast, and uses creatively wild humor. It just doesn't tickle me though like, say, Ren and Stimpy or Looney Tunes. So I feel like I can look at both of these shows impartially judging them on what they are and not what I want them to be. Because of the nature of the shows being so drastically different, it doesn't make sense for me to do element by element comparisons like the other old versus news. It's like comparing Adam West to Michael Keaton. They're such different genres, It doesn't really make sense. This is more a comparison of how well each show makes its impact, if they change the genre they're in any way, and how watchable they'll be years from now. With that said, what do these shows do that caught on with so many people? Well, aside from being a dramatic and emotionally driven show, like many other DC properties at the time, Teen Titans was one of the first dramatic cartoons to incorporate a sharp style change when it came to its sense of humor. As mentioned before, this is something that would be done often in anime and even in the show Avatar. So well that people even confuse Avatar for an anime. What makes Teen Titans so unique, though, is that while it's clearly anime-inspired, it's still Warner Brothers animation, so it looks a little more like Animaniacs half the time, combining several different types of comedic visual styles that, as far as I know, has never really been replicated like this. The reason this is so important is that the audience can laugh harder, and thus we like these characters more, so we feel for them when they have to go through the tough emotional journey. Since then, a lot of other shows have used this over-the-top comedy to blend with their action. But Teen Titans was one of the first, if not the first, American show to implement it with such tireless consistency. Batman could be funny, but it was still primarily serious. Hey Arnold could be serious, but it was still primarily funny. Teen Titans was a total 50-50 split, where the mixing of extreme drama and extreme silliness are very common now in modern kids shows. Teen Titans was one of the originators to go super ridiculous in one moment and then super depressing in another. And they somehow still fit in the environment and tone of the episode. While everything else about it is done very, very well, this is one of the main elements that separates it from other shows. Teen Titans Go, as said before, just goes solely for the laughs. But is there anything really different it's doing for comedy or animation? While the designs are colorful and energized, they're really nothing new compared to other shows on TV currently. Nor is the zany style of humor, as we've seen that in a lot of other shows too.
Hey, Mojo.
There's, however, one element that separates it from other shows of its kind. It's self-aware self-abuse. The writers are aware of the backlash many fans have, and they constantly work it into the show. Don't get me wrong, many shows and movies have attacked their viewers before, some successfully.
There's the please, please, please get a life foundation.
Some not so successfully.
There is no originality left in the world, Mr. Heat.
But Teen Titans Go constantly comes up with different ways, as well as attitudes in addressing the hate they get. Sometimes they go after the fans.
You're too old for clowns.
No, it's him. When I was a kid, clowns were way cooler.
This clown is for kids.
Yes, clowns are for kids.
Sometimes they go after themselves.
Do you like the Teen Titans or the Teen Titans?
Makes sense.
I mean, animation-wise, there's really no comparison.
Sometimes they even just celebrate the fans they have. There's one episode where they write in a real kid from the Make-A-Wish Foundation and not only poke fun of the fact that somebody actually really likes them, but also dedicates a song to him at the end, even flying him out for the recording of the episode. Making fun of fan base is something that can easily backfire, and Teen Titans Go only did one way of poking fun of the fan base, say, bitterly insulting them only. It probably wouldn't have worked. But because they mix it up every time, 1 minute praising themselves, another minute crapping on themselves.
I thought everyone considered us an abomination.
They do. Everybody hates us.
And sometimes combining so much you're not even sure if they're making commentary or just telling the jokes needed for the story. It cleverly plays many sides. The same can be said for its shots at DC. The movie was especially harsh on a lot of DC films, shows, and comics. They even make fun of how overly serious a lot of the DC properties are, to the point where they're almost not even recognizable. As said before, this kind of humor has been done in many other shows, but to do it so constantly with the company and people that allow you to do so, and in so many different ways, it really is kind of unique. I don't know if it's something that'll last for years. If anything, you could argue it kind of dates it. But it's something that certainly makes it stand out now. How about what actually happens on the shows, though? The stories, the conflicts, etc. The original did a pretty good job of combining episodic adventures with long-running stories. Sometimes it was just a villain of the week, but other times it was an ongoing battle with a villain that would evolve along with the Titans and thus give them new challenges.
Brother Blood.
Mumbo usually has a new creative way to try and take them out that usually wraps up at the end of the episode. But other villains learn so much about the Titans that they can leave them both figuratively and literally
Slade.
torn apart. A villain named Kitaro beats Robin so bad that he leaves the Titans to go figure out more about himself so he can become stronger both physically and mentally.
I remember
Raven's
that.
father finds such effective ways to tighten his grip that it consumes her almost to her end. And of course the run-ins with Slade that always pose new challenges to both their willpower and their weaknesses usually leaves them slightly, if not majorly, different people. It has many episodes you can watch by itself, but rewards you if you've watched for a long time and you can see them grow as characters. Teen Titans Go, again, is episodic madness. But their challenges are also very enjoyable because, well, they're usually very selfish. True, they do save the city from various threats, but it's usually for the reason of just wanting to be famous. When not wasting time with things like waffles, they, especially Robin, focus on how they can be the most popular superheroes around. The movie especially focuses on this by trying to go back in time and stop all the superheroes' origins, only to find they apparently suck so bad as heroes that the world is on fire and they couldn't save the day. So they put all their origins back to normal. I guess that does make me appreciate the challenges because for children's programming, they're all kind of awful. And they know it and love it. That's a kind of ballsiness I have to appreciate on some level. So again, for what both genres and demographics they're appealing to, they seem to do a pretty good job. But okay, let's get to the tipping point. The one reason that one of these shows is better than the other. That's right, there's one specific reason, despite their different genres, that actually makes one far superior.
Uh-oh.
Can you guess which one is the winner at the end of the day? Well, of course it's that one! Yeah, big surprise. Teen Titans is obviously the better show, even though Teen Titans Go is an entirely different genre. But what's the ultimate reason for this choice? These characters were designed for this show. These characters were not. You see, these characters were made to work off of each other more than just comedically. They were supportive of each other, angry with each other, in love with each other. Their unique personalities were so different that they could utilize them in both fighting enemies and their own inner struggles. They were a dynamic that added both conflict and togetherness with their personalities.
Everyone dressed up as Robin.
Suddenly we have to take those same characters and throw them in a self-absorbed world.
That was that same one where
which can work
Robin got beat
for an episode
for the
because
only
you're
time.
seeing them as the exact opposite, but it's trickier when you have to have that last for a series. Because they weren't originally designed for a strictly comedic dynamic, you can't expect them to fully thrive as a comedic team. The Three Stooges work as a comedy team because that's what they're designed for. If they were suddenly thrown into an action series, that wouldn't make it. It would wear out very quickly.
I'd watch that though.
I would.
From a very similar problem the new Ninja Turtles suffer from. That being, once again, they're all essentially the same character. Look at this episode where they need to take down a clown. Raven is in a clown outfit. In the original Teen Titans, that would be funny because it'd be so out of character. Even wearing a dress puts her in a bad mood. So wearing a goofy clown outfit should be hysterical, but it's not because she's already a clown. They all are. In the same episode, Starfire is afraid of clowns. This is a quality you could give to any of them and it would make no difference. It would be the same reactions, the same lines, the same impact. If it was Beast Boy, the reaction would be the same. If it was Cyborg, the reaction would be the same. Even in Looney Tunes, the personalities of Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and Elmer Fudd are so different that all you have to do is put them together and the comedy writes itself. Here, there's too many times where they're all idiots, all blood-hungry, all party animals. Their differences are beyond minor. For example, Raven will usually have a frown, Beast Boy will have a smile, and Starfire will say "the" a lot. They even reference that in an episode. Aside from that, though, they usually just all act the same way. Even though the voice acting and the deliveries are still great, when the comedy works, it's 100% what's being said, not who said it.
Yeah.
So yes, the original Teen Titans is much better than Teen Titans Go. It's probably going to last years and years and years. But it's still kind of fascinating the hate Teen Titans Go gets. Don't get me wrong, I can see why some people don't like the show, and I myself have made some Teen Titan Go jokes before. But the outrage some fans have over it does make me wonder if it's not only worth it, but possibly fueling it.
God.
I always see people post how bad the show is and the latest atrocity that happened in the latest episode, but if you don't like it, why are you watching it? How do you know about these atrocities? The cruelest attention you can give any form of entertainment is no attention. If people don't watch it, they don't make it. So why do so many haters watch it, especially if it's clearly intended for younger kids? We got excited going from the 60s Batman to the Tim Burton Batman. In fact, if anything, it seemed really cool to go to something so different.
I mean...
But at the same time, we did go from the Tim Burton Batman to the Joel Schumacher Batman, and that was cool. Especially because it was the same actors doing a more silly style that none of us wanted. It's hard not to see a comparison. But those movies had little in terms of being clever, and even though Teen Titans Go can get a little annoying sometimes, it does have its clever moments. Maybe it's also because the original show was canceled and nobody really knows the reason why.
Yeah.
So they have a new show replace it that not only portrays them as goofy characters, but also seems to be popular enough to get its own theatrical movie, and the other one just getting a TV movie. Perhaps Teen Titans Go just happened too soon. I mean, it wasn't that many years since the last one stopped. I don't know if I would be ready for something so different, so close to when the original aired.
Yeah.
Whatever the reason, it still has a fan base of both kids and surprisingly adults. DC has teased new versions of Teen Titans in the near future, maybe even a return to the original. Whatever is in store for them, there is no doubt that Teen Titans is a unique and powerful show that'll last for years. Teen Titans Go is a waste of time that brings joy to a lot of kids and even some adults, and both are totally fine for doing so. No matter what your thoughts are on Teen Titans or Teen Titans Go, they've definitely both left a big impact, pleased a lot of people, angered a lot of people, confused a lot of people. Either way, we watched. And maybe the power of these characters is, no matter what scenario they're put in, genre, style, or whatever, they'll always last in one way or another, because there will always be a uniqueness that draws us to them. You know, after all the talk of how bad Teen Titans Go, I was really let down. I want to see something amazingly bad, like shockingly bad.
Oh, God.
A universe that just keeps giving me bad movies to watch.
Oh, no.
I want something so bad,
Drop
I
it.
can't believe it. A new
Drop
kind
it.
of bad that'll blow me away.
Freddy got fingered?
He asked for it.
Yep. He asked for it. He asked for it.
I want something that's going to make...
No, I think he said green. As in, Tom Green.
Oh. Well, either way.
Yeah.
If I saw Tom Green, I'd run the other way. I mean, that's just how I feel.
I mean, that's just how it is. Tom Green will do anything to stay relevant. Anything.
Have you seen that jab they took at him on Family Guy? It's like...
No, I can't say that I have, and
okay, it's actually...
gonna regret saying that, I'm sure.
No, it's actually pretty damn funny. It's like, oh boy, Brian, you're desperate. Just like Tom Green. And then Tom Green's like on the floor underneath a cow sucking milk from its udder. He's just like, do people like me again? Can I please stop? And I'm just like, God dang, dude.
Tom Green will do anything. Anything to be relevant.
Yeah, that includes repeating the same rap that he... Okay, he used... I kid you not when I say this. Tom Green used to be in a Toronto-based rap group. I kid you not. I kid you not.
I wasn't batting a try not to laugh. That would have gotten me.
God bless.
It might have gotten me.
So, okay. Anyway.
It might have gotten me.
Exhibit, who is actually a pretty talented rapper in his own right, comes on Tom Green's show, and they put down a beat, and all of a sudden Exhibit goes on with his starts freestyling and everything, and then they hand the mic off to Tom Green, and Tom Green starts spitting a rhyme, and everyone's like, "Oh dang, Tom Green's just spitting this off the top of his head.
No,
he's doing really good." No, a couple months later, he invited another rapper on, and the other rapper wanted to do a freestyle thing on there,
and he just did the exact same thing.
Exact same rap, and I'm just like, there you go, Tom. There you go.
Aww.
But yeah, there you go.
How would you even do that?
Why?
Because it's all he's got.
Yes.
Honestly, his biggest claim to fame is that he used to be married to Drew Barrymore. That's it.
God knows why.
From what I understand, Drew Barrymore said he made me laugh, and then it stopped, and then I left.
Kind of like Tom Green's career.
Ouch.
For a while there, he made people laugh.
And
then it stopped.
Yeah.
Then everybody left.
And then we left.
Yeah. I think he was already going downhill when Freddy Got Fingered came out. And then after Freddy Got Fingered, his career was dead.
He couldn't go any further downhill, and yet he just started digging.
Digging? My dude. He didn't just dig. He got a fucking excavator.
Oh, yeah.
And pretty much put himself in a position to where a miracle, Hail Mary throw could get him out of that. And it never came.
Interestingly enough, there was a particular kind of machine that, you can just dig into the ground.
Yeah.
Do you know what that process is called?
Core drilling?
Boring.
Oh.
That's right, folks.
Tom Green
just started boring.
God. All right. Well,
I love how we were talking about Teen Titans and then Tom Green.
What is wrong with us?
Well, I mean, Doug did it.
Oh, yeah, Doug.
This time it actually made sense.
Yeah, this time Doug did it to us. So,
yeah,
all right.
Teen Titans Go. Sure, whatever.
Go.
But I don't know. It just feels so strange. You have that voice cast back playing the same roles as before.
Yeah.
They seem to really enjoy it, though. And I don't...
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy that they're enjoying it. I mean, there's no doubt about them enjoying it. That's not...
Yeah, like, I'm
The
glad...
thing is, if I was a voice actor, I think I could be doing something that I didn't really think was very good and still be enjoying it just because I'm doing voice acting for a fucking profession.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, well...
I mean, they're having...
There are a lot of anime dub voice actors that enjoy ruining anime.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name names, but I've got a list.
Wow.
I have a list of some that I've just met in person that, like, you're excited because you're like, yeah, I really like your character. And they're like,
who?
I don't know anything about my character. I just say the lines. And I'm just like, that's disappointing as fuck.
Well,
and I'm like, I understand you don't have a lot of time, but damn it.
Well, most of them don't get invested in the character long term.
Because it's just
they're
another job.
in the run for, like, 13 episodes or 26 episodes or, limited run in some capacity. They get down their motifs of their character, they figure out the voice, and they go. I mean, Chris Sabat, he's probably one of the ones who retains a lot of what he's done in his career. And even then, I mean, he's still he still can't recall every single character he's played.
After a while, I feel like you would have just done so many different voices that you just can't remember all of them.
Well, I did talk to Steve Bloom and when he signed my copy of Bebop. And he did tell me that I was like, yeah, man, and I just recently found out I didn't even know you were in a Metal Gear Solid game. That's my favorite game series. He's like, yeah, I actually just got to hear my work from that a couple weeks ago. And I was like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, we don't actually always get to hear what we record. And I was like, oh, I didn't even realize that.
Wow.
I was like, huh, that's pretty cool, I guess.
Which game was it?
He was on the PSP, not Portable Ops, but the one that came out after that.
Metal Gear Acid?
No, not Acid. Maybe it was Portable
Peace
Ops.
Walker?
Peace Walker. That's it. He's in Peace Walker.
All right.
I was like, that was really cool to hear my two favorite voice actors like talking to each other, because he's talking to Solid Snake, so he's talking to David Hayter.
Yeah. And he's just like, man, I would have loved to have met David Hayter. And you're just like, oh.
Oh.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Wasn't meant to be. Heck, I wanted to meet Troy Baker and Nolan North, but unfortunately Troy Baker had to leave the convention early because of a scheduling error, and he actually had to go and do a voice recording. So,
like, do you know what? It kills me to think about.
What's that?
So you've got all these animated series, and you've got these characters talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And if you sit there and think about it too long, those two people may never have actually met face to face.
So they all record their lines individually.
Yeah, like you go in, you record your lines, and then you're done.
Well,
and you record in like a booth, so you may never actually meet the other voice actors. Like, I think who was it? It was Charles Martinet.
Yeah.
He was talking about how he really hadn't gotten to talk to... I've forgotten who voices Peach.
Oh.
But he was like, I haven't really gotten to talk to her much.
Well,
I was like...
That's crazy, like, mind-blowing.
Right!
They've been doing stuff for forever.
Yeah, they've been doing the same games forever.
You know...
And yet...
Or at least since the N64, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, here's one for you. Ever since... one of the original voice actors for Mickey Mouse, I believe after Walt Disney passed away, he married the woman who voiced Minnie Mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
And they actually were married for a very long time until eventually, he passed away.
Yeah.
And it just... Sometimes the voice actors, they meet with each other. Like, one of the saddest examples of a voice actor having self-doubt about their ability and everything was Mary Kay Bergman. Mary Kay Bergman was the original voice actor for pretty much all of the women on South Park.
Okay.
She was Cartman's mom, Stan's mom, Kyle's mom, Kenny's mom, pretty much every Principal Victoria, the mayor, everyone. And she...
Before you started listing off other roles, I was going to be like, yeah, she's a real every mom.
Well, yeah, and... Well,
it's late, I'm tired.
Well, anyway...
Wait, other way. Shit!
Well, anyway, she had issues with her voice because she overstrained it, and she didn't let herself recover, and she thought she was going to lose her job if she didn't perform, and thus she put pressure on herself that was needless, and unfortunately, she, at the very young age of 38, took her own life because of depression and everything.
Yeah.
That and her mother was also sick with cancer as well, so it all attributed to it, and when a voice actor loses their ability to go to certain ranges. It's just like one voice actor who, I swear, his voice hasn't changed in 20 some odd years. Spike Spencer, the guy who voiced Shinji Ikari from Neon Genesis Evangelion. He still sounds like a kid. He still sounds like a friggin', 13 to 15-year-old kid.
Does he still sound like he won't get in the mech?
Fucking robot!
Get in the mech, Shinji!
It's getting the fucking
like,
robot. Shinji.
No, I won't! And
you're just like, what?
Usually they bring in like a female voice actress because that's how it always is for kids.
God knows Ash Ketchum has been voiced by women since forever.
Since the debut episode. And sheesh. It's hard to contemplate being a voice actor. I mean, honestly, I'd like to talk to Chris Sabat again and just be like, hey man, listen, I'm just interested in learning from you, man. I mean, what do I got to do? Do I got to drive to Texas?
So Ash Ketchum has been the same age since Pokemon started, right?
Actually, they aged him.
He's 11 now.
Oh, he actually aged finally?
Yeah.
He started as 10, though, right?
Sun and Moon anime. He's now Age 11.
Okay, because I was gonna say, has Matt Pat done a series?
Yes,
where
he has.
he's actually like added up like the distance he's walked and traveled and the amount of time it could conceivably take, and
yes, he has
proven whether or not that's actually possible for him to have been 10 years old that entire time.
He's probably gotten it wrong too.
Who knows? It's a theory.
Fair
A game theory. Oh God. But
well, I mean, his game theories are trash, but I mean, some of his film theories are pretty cool.
Oh yeah, well, the one he did for The Martian was accurate.
It's pretty
Everything
alright.
he did was scientifically accurate.
People keep asking us for the Markiplier Secret Life reaction, and
but it's
the reason I hadn't said anything about it is just because my buddy pulled it up and watched it at his house the other day, so I've already seen it. But I mean, it was kind of cool. It was neat.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. But okay. Anyway, that's gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. We've been going at this now for 35 minutes. We think
what time?
Almost 1 o'clock.
It's 1 in the morning.
Oh, it's actually 1?
It's 1:01.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. And until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Ben.
I'm Kyra.
Kyra, honey.
She's Tyra. She's Tyra.
I thought I had to like
And,
yawn or sneeze or something.
And
I am the Nick.
And he is the Nick. And we will see you later, everyone. Peace out.
Bye-bye.